It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about Vaughn and his perspective of his bout with Joey Badass and why he feels he should be getting more credit for going toe-to-toe with him than the narratives that have been put out there as the West Coast going at Joey Badass. He wants his disses to stand alone. He wants people to look at his work by itself. He does not want to be looped in, lumped in, or grouped in with anyone else. All right? He said he's acting on his own mission, you know what I'm saying? And he don't want no whole group of supporters rallying behind him for the West Coast. He say, nigga, this me. Okay? So Vaughn has a new interview out with XXL where he speaks to this sentiment. He also has a recent interview out with Back on Fig where he goes into pretty much the same sentiment, that he don't like how it looks like niggas were jumping Joey Badass last week in that that big display that we saw, that battle royale, that Royal Rumble. You know, some people feel like Joey edged it out. Some people feel like Vaughn edged it out. Wherever you stand, it's all good. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so y'all can hear what Vaughn has to say. So they say Vaughn says he hates that people think it's Joey Badass versus the West Coast in new beef. TDE's Vaughn wants to set the record straight. After Joey Badass sent an apparent shot at the West Coast on the January track The Rule Is Back, Ray felt obliged to clap back and represent for his coast. 1 week later, the Long Beach, California MC did exactly that in the form of Crash Out Heritage. It's been up ever since, and I'm going to be honest, Crash Out Heritage is still a standout, even with all the music that dropped last week. Both rappers have been licking shots on songs over the past few months, including new disses this week. Joey has released 5 tracks, while Ray has put out 4 to date. However, instead of being a one-on-one, it has turned into a bi-coastal rap battle with several artists from both the East and West getting involved. California battle rhymer Daylight was actually the first rapper to clap back at Joey. However, his first response flew under the radar until Ray went in a day later. Reason has jumped into the melee, as well as New York artists like Nick Caution and CJ Fly. Now it's a full-on battle royale that's pretty much dissipated. It's over. We don't need no more. XXL recently chopped it up with Vaughn in an exclusive interview to talk in depth about the smoke for Joey Badass, other West Coast artists jumping into the fray, his battle strategy, and how all this could end. Okay? They say, why engage in the battle with Joey Badass? Did you feel like it was your responsibility? Vaughn says, yeah. It was definitely my responsibility to put for our coast, It's like somebody gonna say something, we gotta say something. Can't just let him talk like that without grounds to stand on. He ain't had no grounds to say it. I just take it like you calling somebody out, and who you calling out, Kendrick Lamar, ain't even gonna mention you. So it's like, all right, for sure. Here you go. I'm right here. That's all it was. Again, I am of the mindset that eventually Kendrick Lamar will mention Joey Badass, maybe not by name, but definitely in a bar that we're going to recognize. Or he may name him outright. However he wants to do it, I think he responds. He's not going to engage in a battle. He will talk about this, in my opinion. Between you and Daylight and everybody else, there have been talks that has become a West Coast versus Joey Badass beef. Is it like that? He says, I hate that perspective because it makes me feel like people don't respect what I'm doing as much because everybody else is jumping in on them. So it's like when I drop, it don't have the same impact or effect because somebody else just dropped and it looks like, oh, they're going in over there on the West Coast. He says, I don't like it. That's fun for the sport part of it. But for the culture part of it, if it was just me and Joey head to head on, then that's like, oh, let them buck. It was okay for some people to get off, I guess, but for me, I can handle Joey on my own. He said, I really didn't want you niggas to even y'all fucking up the moment. For me, I wanted to lay his ass out in front of everybody. Now, I know some people that love Joey or are new fans of Joey or just people that wanted to see the East Coast, New York, have their moment, have their time. They feel like Ray Vaughn was clout chasing, right? I find it very interesting that Joey Badass gets the benefit of the doubt of wanting respect, but Ray Vaughn wants clout. I find that to be a very interesting narrative as well, right? At this level of MCing, it is all about respect. If Ray Vaughn wanted clout, there's a bunch of other motherfuckers he could have went at, bigger artists than Joey Badass, that he could have made an example out of to invite into a beef if it was all about clout. That's my personal perspective. You see Joey Badass was going for Kendrick. That is a little bit more cloutish if I had to evaluate it, but I'm going to give him even the benefit of the doubt that it was about respect and wanting to be seen as a big dog. I think all of the people that participated mostly wanted respect, wanted their craft to be noticed, not about clout and just doing it as a stat. But that's just me, right? I'll continue. He says, but no matter what, it's going to be perceived differently because if 10 people is jumping one person, then they're going to look at it like, oh, he's a man. He hard for even standing up and fighting all 10 of them and talking about, come on. So you're going to always champion that person. At least he has the awareness to know that, right? He says he was the top dog in this situation when it started. He came down off his high horse to me. So it changed me from being an underdog because now he's getting jumped and nobody like to see nobody get jumped. So this was Ray Vaughn's moment to go toe to toe with a more established artist, that he felt that he's better than. And unfortunately, that moment he feels kind of got a little bit robbed from being the main event because so many different people came in. You ever watched a wrestling match where a nigga forced a nigga to tag in? Like, I wasn't even done doing my shit. Nigga just tapped him on the back and jumped in the ring. That's how Ray Vaughn feel. He says, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying the timing of when everybody from the coast cracked off, they cracked off on the second time we sparred. The first time we did it, it was in January and nobody was paying attention. So now when it's getting covered and people see the numbers and the views, everybody got something to say and want to come battle for the West. I'm not saying don't do that, but now it looks a certain type of way toward my situation against him. Now I do disagree with Ray Vaughn just a little bit. There was people that jumped out back in January when it happened. Coyote, it was a stable of motherfuckers. It wasn't what we saw last week by any stretch of the imagination, but it was people like Coyote, Curtis King, I can remember off the bat, jumped out. Ray Vaughn jumped out. Daylight jumped out. I can't remember everybody off the top of my head, but I know it was a group of people, so it wasn't like Ray Vaughn was the only one, right? So Double XL says, how do you go about formulating diss tracks like this and what is the strategy behind it? Obviously, you come with bars no matter what, but what is it that you look for to win a battle? Ray says he looks for shock value. He looks for bars and he looks for subject matter. Those are the main things for me. Other people's opinions might be different, but that's what I like to see. If I see a lot of that going on one side, then it's all good. They probably going to tip the scale. They ask, do you feel as though you're getting the upper hand? Ray Vaughn says, I feel like I was getting the upper hand until everybody started jumping in. So I guess at some point, the reason why we don't have a Ray Vaughn response after Crash Dummies is because it got out of control. Everybody started, kind of transmuting it into their own thing. At that point, I guess Ray Vaughn felt like, man, this shit played out. I don't know. I'm just thinking. He said he had the upper hand until everybody started jumping in. He ain't want to throw no more kicks since it was 20 niggas with their feet on a nigga head. He says when everybody jumps in again, it changes the narrative on how it's going to be painted out to people. So it don't matter. My punches aren't as effective. I might say something that somebody just dropped and said. So now my shock value doesn't hit the same because somebody else probably has said that. It's like people were looking to me and him the most. That's a fact. Niggas know for sure. I said it in the middle of everything going crazy. I said, dog, I'm really here for Vaughn versus Joey. That's the matchup. Right? I think I said that by day 2. Anyway, he says they treated it like us. But when you accept the outside noise, it clouds everything up. For that simple reason, it looks like it's slighted, in my opinion, where I can't argue that. Right? They say, so what's next in the battle? Where does this battle go from here? He says, it's hip-hop, man. I don't know. I know not negative. It ain't smoke. We don't got no real smoke. It's more like sport. Say it to your worst. I'm saying my worst. We rappers. If you a man and you engage in battle, it's like, okay, you putting yourself on a platform for somebody to say the craziest shit about you. You expect that. I don't put nothing past nobody. So I go straight there because I know that I'm putting myself on a platform for the same fucking thing to be done to me. I like his mentality. He like, ain't nothing off the table. So I'm going to beat you to the punch. From a sport perspective, what marks the end of a rap battle? He says, say if somebody make a hit. If I don't drop something that's smacking, a smash too, then it could jade the opinion. Okay, well, it's done because y'all got into a space of hits. Then you just go into just making music again. I think that's what stops the battle, because if not, you'll just have lifelong spars. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we've seen that throughout people's careers too. They might throw a light jab at somebody and it's been 10 years and then throw a jab at them again. They just competitive. Okay, this is a very short interview. It's not all that long. I think that's the end of it, as a matter of fact. And then, now why would y'all put the rulers back on here? Okay, y'all got Crash Out Heritage. So y'all got some of the back and forth going. All right, bet. Cool. Y'all got the whole little saga between these two. Respect. One of XXL's better articles in the past few years. They've been doing pretty trash work as of late, but I'll give y'all a salute for getting an exclusive from Vaughn as this thing was coming to a head or coming to its end. Now, a couple days before this, Vaughn was also back on Fig, where he talked about this whole Joey situation a little bit more candidly on camera during a live. So I'm going to pull up that clip and get the the less politically correct answer from Ray.
Do you feel obligated sometimes to hop in that beef and maybe throw some shots?
Yes.
And do it up.
That, yeah. Yes, it's like I feel like any who not Drake should be just shutting the fuck up. Because if not, then it's like you gonna antagonize the other niggas who feel the same way I feel. Me, I feel it because I'm a TDE baby, so I'm gonna like take that personal. It's like I don't know, it's hard for niggas to understand that. It's like if your big brother get into a fight, you gonna let that nigga get his shit off, but let any niggas even act like a nigga look like he about to do something, you gonna be like, nigga, back the fuck up, or I'm gonna get off on you too.
So when Joey Badass threw those shots, you like, here it come, I got to do this.
Yeah, I'm like, you go back, don't power needs you.
But you know, it's a lot of history between TDE and TDE and Joey Badass.
I don't know him.
So yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. So that got nothing to do with me.
So when I see, look, because he's a bitch. Look, because when because when Joey did that, we like, no, Joey the homie. I'm like, no, hold on,
you said Joey the homie.
That's what he did. We did a whole bunch of stuff with Joey.
He is the homie.
It's not going to be cool with everybody.
Now let me get the lines off now. Joey is the homie. In real life.
You can't say you the homie while I'm sitting right next to you, dog.
Listen, fuck
this that shit we got on.
Ray said, man, fuck all that homie shit, man. I don't know what y'all niggas' history was. I wasn't around for none of that shit, brother. All right? You can't say that while I'm sitting here. Y'all TDE Pro era, TDE era, whatever the fuck y'all niggas on. That shit go out the window when I walk in the room because I stepped up for the coast. I stepped up for the team. You know what I mean? I put the team on my back. Yeah.
We got on McWise for it, man. Say fuck Joey.
Listen.
I'm right here.
Say it.
Fuck Joey.
No.
Say it.
Fuck Joey.
Man, no.
I'm a
Shout out
fan.
Joey.
He just the
And I'ma
homie.
tell you
This nigga said,
why.
shout out Joey.
Be
Sit-
right.
He got
Let me tell
TDE
you
on his
why.
face.
And he got
Damn
TDE
right,
on
I'm a
his
TDE
face.
nigga for death, and I do this shit. That's what I'm telling you. Listen.
Say fuck
you got-
Joey then.
Hell
He
no.
went after nigga who.
I understand that. Let me tell you my side.
Don't lose
What-
your voice.
Nah, my voice already fucked up and gone. Let me tell you my side. I can never say that because I got real ties with Joey, like through TDE and through his shit. Like we done been on tour together. We done been back to back with each other.
All right, I appreciate this. You know, because it gives you a little bit more insight. Like I know that Joey Badass is good with soul. I know that there is a mutual respect and some level of camaraderie between Kendrick Lamar and Joey Badass as well, right? But I don't know like how deep those ties go, how much time he spent with them. I'm sure if I were to go look back and see what that tour was, I wouldn't be surprised if it was probably Solo and Joey. But whomever it was, 'cause I think Solo was on the Smokers Club tour or something like that with Joey and some other people. But again, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But it's good to hear from Smack, who's been around from the jump, to say, you know, nah, there's real ties there. We done hit the road. We done been around. So that just to me lends even more credibility to my theory that this was constructed behind the scenes. Now, again, I'm not saying that Ray Vaughn was in on the conversation because he is kind of new. He's kind of, you know, figuring out his career. He's the new TDE 2.0. So maybe he's not privy to some of the conversations that other niggas that are around are having. But I think Top understood what was going on to a degree. You know, not that he was like constructing it, but he was aware. I think Solo, I think Daylight, I think Joey was in on it, and it was like, yo, we don't necessarily gotta hear what everybody's cooking, but we cooking. You know, and Ray Vaughn is like, shit, well, if niggas is cooking, let that nigga say some shit on, you know what I mean? And I'm firing off too.
But shit crack off on tour. Like this nigga was with us for damn near 6 months.
Oh, so you done took some phase with Joey.
I ain't gonna put our business. Just know we was back to back, nigga. When it was time to crack off, and something cracked off when we was on that motherfucking bus, nigga.
Back to back?
Listen
Like
to
cheek to cheek?
Pause. Like you on some other shit. So I never took y'all. Look, Ray, I never took y'all beef. And when he said what he said, and we talked about it, I'm like, you know what? I said he doing it for clout. That's it. You feel me?
Who doing it for clout? Him?
Yeah, I'm like,
for
'cause
sure.
he don't feel that way because he really tied in and fucked with us. You know what I'm saying? And when you got in it and I heard Joe rap, I'm like, okay, yeah, this just rap battle.
Oh, yeah, no,
it's like,
it ain't
No,
nothing deeper than
nigga, it's fuck that
But
nigga.
still fuck that nigga though.
see, y'all,
It go like this. If a nigga, like I said, if a nigga go at your brother, you gonna be like, oh no, they cool though.
no, you right. So you want to say fuck Joey?
Fuck Joey.
Fuck Joey.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm saying. A nigga can't. All
Okay, let me say this. It's TDE before anything.
Anything.
Nigga, I got your back no matter what.
To the
nigga.
brain.
To the brain.
You gotta know your face.
Duh, that's why I got your back. That's why I said.
So I'm saying, this is how I feel. Like if a nigga like, I understand he tied in with him.
Uh-huh.
He tied in with like all of us. Not me. I don't know him. I'm new. But I'm also like the crash out. And I'm not as reserved as everybody else. So people could feel away and be like, oh, for sure, that's weak. But I'm going to be like, yo, you don't think I got the okay to go do that? You don't think I got, like, you feel me? It's like a bounty on the nigga head.
Because you got to be like, hey, so y'all good with bro? Because I'm finna get at him.
Yeah.
And then,
Right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Right.
Do you?
Take
Let me
the nigga
see.
head off. It's like, for sure.
Let me
Because
see.
it's like,
Because you know the nigga
me,
tight.
I feel like me, it's like a who tight?
Joey tight. He
He
cool.
was when?
Yeah.
That nigga make jazz music right now.
Damn, that nigga said who tight? Joey, win. Nah, Joey got some shit. He done release some good music. His catalog is not, you know, it's not palatable to like super general music listeners' ears. Is very undergroundish, especially his earlier music. He's made more palatable music in recent years. That All American Badass album was like his crossover attempts. I think actually Before the Money, you know, was probably his best work after 1999, but whatever. He said when that nigga was tight. You know what I mean? He say shit, man. I ain't never heard that nigga. He ain't never dropped nothing that was fire to me.
Oh.
That shit dry. That shit with conductor. Nigga, all them conductors.
I left Kevin bacon.
You don't know no Joey Bada show?
I just rap one. I bet you know. I just rap one. I used to be so. Okay.
I'm talking about hers.
Okay.
Most people who know Joey, they know him for his great acting career. He's a great actor.
Yeah, for sure. You know a song?
No, or acting.
You know a song?
But you just singing that song. She know that song.
Devastated, yeah.
Devastated.
You see what I'm saying?
Man, I fuck up all the time. You know.
Me, like I said, I'm gonna go off on anybody. That's why I went at Tory.
Yeah.
It wasn't just. It's just more so. Me and Tory have a relationship, and he just was like trying to like. He has a reason to have an alliance with a nigga from Toronto.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, you're from Toronto. Joey, that's what made it weird because to me, it's like, nigga,
you got an alliance.
You got an alliance with us over here. So when you go do some shit like that, it's like, oh, we gonna be I'm gonna make an example out of you, and I'm gonna turn your stupid ass to my rollout. Because you doing it for clout. I need clout. Let's do it together, brother.
Right.
Yeah, let's do it up.
Whenever you have downtime from power and you want to rap, I'm the guy.
Cause you feel like you can really out rap all these niggas.
Oh God.
As you should.
I don't feel like no nigga can fuck with me lyrically right now. Like I don't feel like no nigga on the planet can fuck with me.
That's how.
And off of this clout thing, I think that the way that clout is being used, unfortunately, in the new age, clout is the publicity. Clout is like the recognition. Back in, I don't want to go back in time, but in years past, clout was more so looked at as something that was like foo-foo shit. Like you doing the bullshit, you doing the extras. You just doing anything for like attention. But I don't think they're doing this for like fleeting moments of attention. I think they really want their craft to be like seen, heard, and accepted among like the general lexicon of hip hop fans. I think that's what these guys are looking for. Because unfortunately, it's the toughest time to break through. If you're a lyricist in hip hop, and it's been this for many years, you see the people who are like ultra like lyrical, even that make like some good songs, unless you're like independent and you could sell like, 10,000-15,000 on your own, independently, owning your music, owning your publishing, making good money, being able to tour. If you're like a signed artist trying to cut through that could do 10,000, you ain't doing shit. Because the label ain't eating off you. They're not going to invest into you. The fans look at you as a failure. You're doing spot dates. You're opening up for bigger acts. That's like little homie position. But if you're doing it on your own, when you own all your shit, that 10,000, 15,000 hits different. Because you like, nigga, that's all cheese. That's all cheese in my motherfucking pocket. But unfortunately, anyway, although clout is the term being used, I don't think they actually are looking for the standard clout, like on some court jester, 6ix9ine, DJ that don't spin level type shit.
You're supposed to feel.
That's how you're supposed to feel.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to feel.
And I don't feel like it's a lot of rap niggas that could fuck with Joey on power.
No, 50 Cent. 50 Cent can fuck with bro. 50 Cent. 50 Cent can fuck with bro.
Nah, he went crazy, but that's his show, so he's supposed to do that. I'm talking about any other new nigga.
Damn.
Right.
This nigga getting at my nigga Joey.
I'm not getting at him.
Clip it.
Clip it.
The narrative is here.
Oh my God.
We have went viral. It's like I said, for the fans of rap, it's rap. If the nigga want to rap. But if not, like I said, it's all good. Like,
yeah. I mean, you gotta feel that way. I mean, coming up, seeing Q, seeing Dot, seeing J Rock, just put this shit on their back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, all the extra people coming now. You got Sir, you got Isaiah, you got SZA, you know what I'm saying? Doechii killing it.
Crazy.
Sure.
Like you talk, that's what I'm saying. The lineage is crazy. So for me, I'm like, I got If I'm gonna be a standout, one thing is gonna be for crashing out on niggas. I swear to God.
If it's gonna be anything,
it's gonna be anything. It's like that nigga rap really well, but he'll get off on a nigga real quick.
And not to mention Ab-Soul too. Sorry, can't forget my boy. So I don't. He's crazy too.
Thought you mentioned the whole black.
You think you got out rap Soul?
Nah, he messy.
Yeah.
I want to eat messy. I said, I'm
nigga, I can out rap Soul.
No, you want to say that? No, that's not. I mean, so crazy.
Nah, me and Soul,
he thought about it though. But that's cool.
Me and Soul got records where we go back and forth, and he the only nigga that make me want to go change my verse.
Damn.
He the only nigga I've ever been in booth with. I'm like, fuck.
Like, what that nigga just say?
Yeah, like we got some shit on the comp where I'm like, all right.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Ray Vaughn. We still waiting on that fucking TDE 20 compilation. Fuck is going on? I could have well, you know, bigger things happened last year, but yeah, dog, we still waiting on that one. Shit, he talking about him and Ab-Soul going back and forth, barring out. Shit, man, when is that coming?
Let me go get my verse again because he got me fucked up. So
that's hard though.
That nigga leave Earth and he do it because he know I'm gonna do it. So it's like, all right, for sure.
There's a lot of motherfuckers out here that feel like Soul is not one of the best rappers to really do this shit and think like he fake deep and shit like that. And I was like, maybe motherfuckers just really just don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
They don't.
I think motherfuckers just don't. Right now it's like it's so tied in with the Drake and Kendrick shit. Like anything we do, they kind of like put under a microscope because he went viral for tweeting about some shit. They try to make it like, oh, he hate TDE. It's like the nigga never said that. The nnigga just frustrated. You get what I'm saying? Like real music is making its way back in, but it ain't as prevalent as it used to be. So niggas is like, man, because we want to make real music. We like sick and tired of the I got this. We can listen to that, but 99% of the time we ain't at the clubs.
Have you ever got frustrated? You know what I'm saying? In these trying to come up in this time, trying to put out this music and you see everybody else, trajectory moving forward and shit like that.
I don't like. It depends on who it is. If it's other niggas, I'm like, man, that shit weak, and they make me mad. But like somebody close to me that I seen, like close to like Doechii, and it excited me. It put like a spark because I'm like, damn, these like it worked. You just got to catch one. So it's like, all right, for sure. And then everything else works. Like as long as you really hard working and you got that integrity every time you use your pen. And I'm like the same way. So I took that as like motivation when I seen Doechii like go crazy. I'm like, fuck, bro, let me just catch one. That's like the frustration. It's not.
Is Doechii one of the the closest on the label to you?
One of the people I talk to the most.
Yeah. To the most, yeah. It seemed like that. It seemed like that too.
Like she be busy. She be hella busy though. So she like.
Oh, right now it's crazy.
Bro, it's crazy.
Once you hit Met Gala, it's over with.
She big motion right now.
She can never turn down. Once you hit that Met Gala carpet, not like that, but once an artist mix with the fashion, I think it's just forever.
It's for life.
It's forever.
Fashion, they got the outfit,
it's forever.
She got all of it. She like the whole package. She hit me like the other day though, like send me some long. I had to check, make sure it was dope. It was like a long ass messages. I'm like, god damn. But she was giving me like some good ass advice. And you know, for somebody coming in after me, you don't expect it. I know, but I love that because I'm like, it shows the camaraderie. Like the fact that she's even willing to like take time out of her day to be like, yo, I feel like you should be doing this. This will work better if you probably.
What stuck out? What stuck out in that text message? Just one thing. You ain't got to give us the whole shit.
Like my interviews. She like, you need to show more personality. You a funny ass nigga and people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? People
that's why you came in here doing all that, man. Don't you pump the nigga up?
No. That was before. That was before these interviews.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
On that.
Okay. Yeah. That's tight
He
then.
did come in charged up.
He did come in charged up.
But I've been charged up. But just because I'm like, every room I need to walk in, people need to feel my energy and understand like, oh, it ain't so serious. Because a lot of niggas just think I'm serious because the music is so serious. And he be like, oh, this is a funny ass nigga. Okay, got a personality. This nigga knows. It's like, all right, for sure, let's chop it up. As long as we talking about, we got like a narrative and we got music to go, we talk about whatever niggas want to talk about. As long as it's like, I got something that I could get my shit off.
How did you feel about the narrative that was floating around with her being a plant?
Download Prize Picks and sign up using code.
They had to end the clip there because they got a whole nother clip of him addressing the Doechii's so-called industry plan shit. We've talked about that too many times over here. I'm glad they kind of cut it off so we don't have to hear that. But if you want to hear it, you can either go on back on Fed Clips or you can watch the entire interview, which I would advise you to do because I'm going to be doing the same tonight to see everything that was discussed. All right. So that's Vaughn addressing the Joey Badass situation. He had a conversation with Double XL, which is a little bit more recent. And then he had a conversation with Back on Fig that was released a couple days ago that I circled back to because it all ties in. You feel me? So let me know what y'all think of this whole West Coast versus Joey Badass perspective. I was on his timing as far as like I want to see Joey versus Ray. Everything else was entertainment, but everything else, in my opinion, wasn't on no scorecard. Them two, I wouldn't mind putting on a scorecard, but Vaughn would have to drop another one so that those rounds could be complete. And I don't see nothing else coming no time soon. Unless they're gonna continue to like throw shots at each other on future projects to where it's like, oh, what's that? We'll see. Cause that's one thing you do as an artist, you know, especially when you rap. If you got into a little verbal spat with somebody and you feel like you edged it out, you get in the booth and you start popping your shit, you might throw a stray at a nigga just to boast and soak in your victory, you know what I mean? And the other nigga be like, nigga, what? Then the other nigga gotta come through and let his shit go, you know what I mean? And then it's not a complete back and forth standoff because y'all already did that. But nigga, you not finna be referencing the battle and acting like you came out on top, nigga. What? But let me know what y'all think of that. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all enjoy the evening and the rest of your weekend. All right, I'll be back shortly. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.